Hello and welcome back to another episode of Surviving Mars. My name is Tobal, and we're continuing on with this Let's Play with the Space Race DLC. So we've got a couple of things going on. We are short on a few resources, although I think food is okay because we are at the point where we have stopped trying to mess with the soil quality. So the soil quality is all good. So we should be having some decent food output there along with our hydroponic farm. So I think we're okay on food. We're still a little tight on electronics, but we do have a full shift working there, although they are not specialists, so they're all a little bit grumpy about it. We have a meteor storm that is in progress. Thankfully, most of the impacts seem to be away from us, but I'm sure we'll have some unpleasantness here shortly. We did just finish, what was that? Biome engineering, so it increases the comfort of all residences in the dome if you have a farm there, which is really nice. We have new crops if we pursue the gene adaptation tree. But I think what we're doing right now is we're trying to get the research done in order to build a machine parts factory and the electronics factory. So we don't have to rely on the prefabs to make those. And down the road, I'm going to try to continue this tree here to find and uncover that large dome. But I think for the moment, we're kind of stuck with these smaller ones. So last episode, we have started to fill out the medium dome here. So what we're doing is we're putting a bunch of the living complexes in as opposed to apartments because the apartments wind up having lower amounts of comfort. It's basically less comfort when people are resting. So we have enough space here with the medium to dedicate one entire dome to living quarters, and that way we can increase the comfort level. We'll also have some farms in this dome because with that research that we just completed, we do get an increase in comfort if a farm is in the same dome. Also, there's the oxygen reduction because of the plants being exposed to air. So I like that. We're letting our drones do the work. They're a bit overloaded because we're trying to bring a lot of drones up into this area. I think we just got 2 anomalies, didn't we? Oh yeah, because the asteroids are bringing anomalies. Nice. Sorry, the meteors are bringing anomalies. Let's continue to expand our scanning range. And I'll go ahead and start sending our intrepid explorers over this way. So RC Explorer 1 on your way, and then we'll just chain these next couple together. And we've covered this area here. We did talk about the fact that down the road we do want to maybe build an outpost over here because it's got a great research site, really strong research bonus here, as well as the underground rare metals. So this would be a really nice area to expand to down the road. And I wonder if we should look at doing that sooner than later because we can dedicate, now that we've got, where's our rocket? The rocket should be back on Earth. It is. We can bring 22 people up to Mars per trip. So we could start filling out a lot of the jobs in an easier manner. I think that we'd also like to try to get more exports back home. My goal is to kind of pump up the export production so that we can have a more money to spend on a new shuttle. That's really what we want to do, is have 2. So we need upwards of 3 billion in order to have that shuttle. So I'm going to go ahead and skip a bit, just a little bit, until most of the rest of this dome is completed, and then we'll go ahead and make a decision on what to do next. Well, it looks like we've lost one of our, I don't know if this is one of our founders, but one of our colonists just passed away from old age, so that's unfortunate. Oh, is he just literally laying there? Well, that's depressing. He was a senior. I don't know when he came about. Oh gosh, what do we do with his body? That's interesting. Does someone come and get it and like? Okay, I'm a little concerned that we just have a body hanging out here. I'm starting to get really concerned that we're just gonna have a body hanging out.
Research
assigned to a building. It obviously can't be assigned
analyzed.
because it is a dead body. What do we do with dead bodies? Oh my goodness. Do we have a mortuary? Do we have a... Do we not have anything for dead bodies? I am concerned. I don't know what to do with the body. I feel like they wouldn't let you get stuck with dead bodies. There has to be a way to... Maybe I just have to wait, and someone will come by and pick it up. Or awkwardly, maybe it'll just, you know, kind of decompose right then and there. That's so funny. Yeah, I guess we'll just watch and see what happens to the guy's body. Can we check? I was curious about this earlier. Can we find who our original pioneers, the pioneers were that came to this this colony? Is that a trait that we can find? That's what I was kind of curious about. Do they have a perk? Not really. I was really hoping they'd have one that was the oh, the founder. Yeah, that's what we want. So do we have no founders? I'm so confused. Did all the founders leave somehow? No, for some reason it's set to child. Okay, so here's our founders. I don't think this person was a founder. There we go. That makes sense. So we had 11 colonists. I thought we had 12. Oh, maybe he was a founder. We have 9 colonists here. We have 2 colonists here. Maybe it wouldn't tell us that he's a founder because it's in the quirk or something like that. Oh, I'm so sad. Maybe he is a founder. I'm sorry, Yuto. We've been so honored to have you. I really wish your body would do something other than just hang out. Did they get upset because they're just looking at a dead body? Nope. Apparently no one cares that they are just walking right past a dead body at all. That's really depressing. Take a photo of that. Oh, it's a follow camera. I really hope it doesn't stay here until we manage to unlock the graveyard, if that's even a thing. Okay, we'll move on. We have our science vessel, our explorer, going to get these anomalies. We keep getting more anomalies because the meteors keep impacting. So this is a nice technology boost area. It looks like the new buildings in the medium dome are done. This dome has upwards of 84 slots for colonists. So we can make this our primary living dome. We finished our medical center, so I'm going to remove this infirmary because I need to put a tunnel into this infirmary. Let's also try to turn on this dome and see what it does in terms of our resources. So we're going to be we're going to be low on water because of this dome. We could easily connect into this water resource here. These are a bit too far away, so that might be what we do here because I think it's out of one of the ranges of like all the drone hubs here. Where are the drone hubs? It's out of all of their reach, but we could easily install a new drone hub that encompasses a majority of the other areas. We could even put one on this side that could exclusively help out the domes and get to storage and reach the water. So let's do that. Let's do a new resource extractor. We'll do the water extractor here. We will also then connect it in, of course, with the rest of the network. I don't like the fact that we're going to have to drag new tunnels here. That's not tunnels, sorry, but piping. Let's drag the power cable out. And we'll drag the pipes out here. What can we do? Do we do this way? Do we come down? I think it's going to be cheaper to actually go... I'd like to have it come down here because this is where the tanks are. Not that it matters a ton, but we'll have it connect down here into the main line. And let's have it avoid the existing concrete. Okay, so you're going to connect in to the existing pipe network there. And this should cover any needs for water, I think. It's going to be average, right? Or no, it's a low grade. It might not get as much. How much are you getting? 3. So it should get 3 water. Okay, we'll have to deal with that. I think we're okay on power because we're getting the batteries filled up during the day. Yes, we know we are low on resources because we're always low on resources at this point. Let's go ahead and do the anomaly research here. This is a really nice boost. We're getting tons of research from all these anomalies. So that is awesome to see. We're probably just... Yeah, we're pulling from our filled...
Research complete.
We're pulling from our filled water storage. So we do have a good amount of water stored up. 370 some odd units of water. And, okay, so our extractor's already producing water, and we've already gone back over the required limit. So that's what we need to see here. I'm not excited to see that during the morning here. We are in the first shift, but we're not getting enough power to cover all the needs, probably because this is producing, yeah, this is using up quite a bit of power. So we're going to have to look at some more power options. I think one of them, probably the best one at this point, is to drop the Stirling generator down, except it's going to use up polymer, which we don't have a lot of. We do have enough money to order a shuttle or a pod. We're only up to 6 rare metals though. I'd like to save the next rocket with passengers to come when there's a lot of resources to take back home. We could send... Can we afford just this? It's gonna make us a little tight on money here. This would cover that new Stirling generator and give us a little bit extra. But it would bring us down to about 40 million. So we'll use that. We'll be really careful with our money here. It's kind of this nice little dance that we're having to deal with. This is our RC Explorer. You can barely see it's even an Explorer because it's so dusty and dirty. So we'll get that extra, the extra polymer, and what we'll do is put this down into the Stirling generator, which we'll throw somewhere over here. I need to remember to open it. Oh, does it double when it's open? Okay. We've got the Martian education unlocked now. Colonists without the proper specialization suffer a lower work penalty. This might be really useful because we have right now a bunch of people who are upset that they're working at jobs that aren't their normal, you know, they're not specialized in being an electronics manufacturer, so they're a little bit grumpy about it. So that might not be a bad idea. Also, I think, did I have too many people? Let's destroy the infirmary. We should have enough medics. We only want medics, though. I really want medics at this building, and let's just do 2 medics per shift. And I don't... Why are there... We want our medics here. We don't want anyone else. Oh, where have our medics gone? Oh, where could they be? They might be working on one of these factories. Not there, not there. Maybe they just haven't been reassigned yet. We'll give them a couple seconds to try to even out the needs. And then I think once we have that cleared out, which we do, we should be able to build the tunnel connection in. And that's over here, the passage rather. So we'll have 2 passages, one to go from this to this, and another one to go from here to here, and then one crossing all together. So I think this is okay, unless we want to move the hydroponic farm up 1 notch and have all the exits come really close to each other. But I'm not too worried about that level of micromanagement just yet. We've got those needs. Oh, I didn't even realize that they started making the crops. Let's actually, we'll let that finish. We'll do cover crops next. That will get us up to 40%. We'll do soybeans, which is another 10%. And then the soil here should be ready to go. So, how do we make everyone move? That's a question. Let's do... I think we can set this to... Well, I guess what we'll do is just deconstruct the apartments. Maybe it'll make everyone a little bit grumpy for a minute, but they should all relocate to the living dome. Can we rename the dome? Okay, so our colonists are starting to arrive over here once they're getting relocated because their buildings are getting destroyed, basically. I don't like that it turns to immediate rust, but that's fine. Electronics store. You are out of electronics to sell. Got it. We know that. We are having some shortages all around here. Let's land our supply pod.
Research complete.
That was the... What's productivity training? Engineers and geologists have +10, which is nice. This is security officers and medics have +10 training. We don't need that per se. This would be in-dome buildings require less maintenance. I like the idea of anything with less maintenance. We probably want to make our own drones eventually as well. We don't need to worry about the RC commander just yet either. So this should be okay. And I'll have to wind up doing... what's our power looking like? We're kind of using the batteries, and we're not quite there yet, but we haven't... Okay, so we haven't built the Stirling generator, so we're still short on power. But as soon as this Stirling generator gets built, we should be fine. So you're still working on the drone hub. Wait, how are you managing to be in range of anything? Oh, because it... That's right. This is actually... This just caught in range of all the other drone hubs. Well, maybe we should cancel this so we don't use extra electronics. And we'll make a dumping site that's, I guess, right next to it. All right. That should be all set to kind of be self-sustaining because we have drones that can cover this water extractor. So they should be able to pull the rocks out and also to repair it. Wow, that's hilarious. All residences will grant more comfort but provide less space. Oh, I don't want to start doing this right now. I wish I could get a number. I really want to know how much are we talking about here. All colonists lose comfort. How much? How much? Oh, goodness. Alright, we've got the space to have more living, and we also have room. We have room right now for, like, I'm confused at why we don't have the vacant residential spaces. Maybe I screwed up on the dome. Let's do this. Why is it, are these not vacant? 12, 12, 12. Oh, it's 12 vacant. Okay, so we have 13 vacant spaces. That's fine. I mean, everyone's together here, right? We have a whole house that's open. So apparently that increased the comfort level, and we're not having any problems with. Is it for the future? Because the message said it would reduce the amount of living quarters available, or something like that. Oh, maybe by 2. It went from 14 to 2. That's not bad. That's fine. To get a little bit of extra comfort, losing 2 living spaces is more than fine. I'm okay with that. So everyone in here is going to be super, super comfortable. We'll call this the... What are we going to do here? We're going to do... This is the services dome. Living Dome Alpha. A residential dome. And this will be the work zone. Okay, so we've got it split up now. I think we have a bit too much food production. I might actually go ahead and kill off this farm and kind of make the space available for something else, because we have 2 farms already that are going to be inside of our main living dome. So I think we could use this space for something else down the road, maybe more factors.
Colonists.
We've got homesick colonists.
Found.
Okay.
Resources are low.
Earthsick colonists want to go back home. That's interesting. I don't think I've seen that before. I didn't know that was even possible. So they'll just have to go out on the next wave of people we bring back. We've got some more anomalies to scan. Where's our second? I did it again. I think I unchecked one of our rovers here. And where are you, my rover friend? This dome is what? Not working. Oh, it's malfunctioned. Okay. Rovers, where are you? RC Explorer, and I want to find you again and pin you. Okay. There's our other rover. We'll have him go, him or her, right? We'll have it go scan this anomaly here. Our other anomalies are being scanned by the other rover. So we should have another science boost. We've really just covered, I think, 2 or 3 areas or items on the tech tree out of nowhere. Like, it's been very sudden because of all the anomalies we've been scanning. Alright, so we need to figure out what's coming next. I think I'd like to get this shift going, another shift going on the rare metals extractor, which means 4 more geologists. We have plenty of space in our working dome. We could even add another research lab, although I think I'd like to wait until I make one of the domes over here specifically for that. There's also, can't we build something that lets us jump between? Right, I thought there's something that's like it's almost like a it'll transport people from like this site to like this outpost here. I can't quite remember. I think it's something we need to research. We're a little short on power. Somehow we're short on water again. Because why? Because it's full on stored waste rock. So was I incorrect? Because they built this, right? So in theory they should be able to get to it. But apparently maybe it's just one tile outside of the range. Well, that's slightly annoying. Let's go ahead and, I guess, build that drone hub where we wanted to. God, but we're out of electronics. We are just going crazy with how much maintenance we have. Maintenance is really killing us right now. I think I'm going to have to bring this next resupply to get as many people on board as I can and fill as many shifts as I can. So we have, but the problem is we don't have much room, but we can build more of these living complexes. These are 12 each. We have 4 homes available. Okay, we've got that. So we should be able to build 12, 24, 36 more homes. Or 36 more living spaces. Okay, so let's go to our passenger rocket. We can fit 22. So we should be able to get this next batch of applicants up. What are we specializing? We're not bringing ages the youngest and the oldest. We're not bringing chronics, cowards, chronic condition, or lazy whiner. Lazy. What does this do? Yeah, we don't want lazy. Okay, so we do need some geologists. Let's make sure I get that ticked off right away. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. At least 4 more geologists to run that. This is another saint. Can we double up? Can we get 8 geologists? Can we have 3 shifts going at one time? That might be nice. We'll really start pumping out the exports back to Earth. So we've got those. We currently have quite a few scientists on the station. Maybe I could just grab an extra of most of these people and then fill the rest up with engineers. Let's grab all the engineers we can find. Wow, man, engineers are so short. I think we're going to have to build the Martian Academy very soon. I might even grab a couple officers because I feel like we're going to get at the population where we're going to start having some security problems. Maybe not too many, just 2 for now is fine. We brought 8 geologists. We grabbed an extra scientist, botanist, all the engineers that are on the list. We'll grab an extra medic. I guess I'll just fill it out with the rest of the no specialization folks. And we can train them to be what we want. So let's launch this. We understand that we are short on passenger space. I will immediately build the living quarters for the new folks here. How did I see this done? Okay. Oh, dang it. We can't fit all of them because of this stupid tunnel. Oh, that's annoying. That might cause more of a problem than I thought. So perhaps we should have the tunnel entrance in the same triangle here so we can fit everything appropriately. We could kill everything up here and build another living complex up here, one down here, and then we could make these areas all green. But I really want to have that Martian Academy. I guess we could put it over here though. Decisions. Let's do. Let's see. I'd like the short tunnel though. Okay, let's do this. Let's do another living complex right here. Let's kill. I know we like spent all this time on this area and making it nice and pretty. So we're going to kill all of this, but we are going to expand how much greenery there is. So we'll have a garden here. I'll probably just mirror it for the ease of my sanity. So we'll do a garden. Then we'll do maybe a nice lake back here. Tucked in right against the against the tunnel. We've got a lot of statues already. Maybe a stone garden back here. Do you have any room for this? We do have room for a stone garden here. We'll give a small garden here, maybe. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's as much as we can fit. Is that it? Small fountain. Okay, so I think we've got everything filled in here with a bunch of nice, pretty things. As soon as these clear out, we will get... Kaboom! Everything's exploded. We'll go ahead and build the other housing unit that we want to build here. This should give us enough space for everything. Okay? Alright, that's what we want. We've got a anomaly that has been analyzed, so that's all set. What about... I think there's one more over here. So you go scan that one. I think you are scanning or have... Okay, you're in the middle of scanning this anomaly. Okay. Okay, I think we're okay. Again, we're really short on a lot of the resources that we need, so it's not the best situation. We really need the drone hub to come up over here because our water is currently stopped. So I need to prioritize this and somehow prioritize getting the electronics out. So we really, I guess we need to make the electronics factory a priority. We've got, I mean, we don't even have a lot of either of these two, so it's like it's not like we're at a good spot either way. Let's go ahead and open this up since I forgot about it. Our shuttle is a quarter of the way to Mars.
Research complete.
We finished general training, so people should be less grumpy about that, which is nice. I like this one a lot. I haven't seen a sanity breakdown, but I don't think I want to see a sanity breakdown. We'll pick this up for the next level of... what is this old tree called? Social research. I don't need large tanks. Maybe we'll just use this, then we increase the existing storage capacity of everything. You're short on electronics. Man, everything's short on electronics. You've been turned off. You've been turned off, but we still have tons and tons of fuel. This building has turned off. We're not producing any concrete, but it's not exactly that we're short on it right now either. We're still doing good on our metal. This idea of having the automated extractor is definitely working, so that's nice. All right. Everything is getting built here. How's our dome doing? Is everyone okay-ish? Some people are grumpy because they don't have all the needs met in the service industry. That's fine. I wish you could do underground tunnels. That seems like something that would be feasible. Or maybe it's research. But it seems feasible that you could, we could put a tunnel entrance here. Excuse me. And then have that tunnel go underground all the way to the other dome. Alright, so I think at the end of this episode, what I'm going to do is let our incoming shuttle land, and then we'll get our new colonists acclimated, and we should have enough to start filling out all these extra shifts. And I think I wanted to open up the second and third shift for the rare metal, probably once they get here, though. The only other thing I haven't done is to include the Martian University. We'll drop that down. We could fit it into the service area right now. let's fit it into the service dome, because I think we're going to double up on the production of our machine parts down the road. Yeah, this has to be a priority coming up, because we are just really mega short on electronics. What do you use? Are you short on that? You use rare metals. Okay, so that's part of the problem as well, is they're relying on the rare metals just as much as we are trying to export them. All right, so here's our new folks who've just arrived, and I think our one person who's grumpy is going to go home. We will export the existing rare metals we have. Welcome home, welcome home. So we've got our nice living. I do like how this looks. I like the idea of having a living dome. I think we wanted to talk about putting the water reclamation system in here. Although the medical center has a dome with medical building lowers the minimum comfort required for birth. Although I don't know if we want to do that right now, because it's a little tight on space. Not that we couldn't... what? You're departing? 3 of you? Oh, that's brutal. So we just lost 3 of the 22 that came in. We lost 3 on top of that. Let's go ahead and open up these other 2 shifts, and that is immediately filled by our geologists. Alright, so the electronics factory is pumping. This factory is not doing too hot. Do we even need a security officer? Where do we put a security officer? We don't need one yet, but all officers in the dome will try to prevent crimes, loss from disasters, for residents. I don't know if this was a good idea or not. We'll put him in. We'll just stick him in over here for the moment. I don't think it costs too much. How much did that cost, actually? Only some concrete. Okay, that's fine. It gives you guys something to do. And maybe they can start developing plans for future iterations of our workforce. Let's open up this second shift for the electronics factory, because we're really short. We're really hurting for electronics. We seem to be keeping up with demand on the machine parts and on the polymers, but we're definitely hurting on the electronics. So how does this work? Training lifetime graduates, auto specializations, auto receive the selected specializations. I want more engineers. Absolutely, we want engineers right now. So we've got a bunch of people. That's why these jobs aren't filled, because we've got a bunch of people in training. Do we have too many people in service jobs? I don't think we do. And I think at this point we might need 2 of these at each shift in order to provide the service to that to everyone, and 2 and 2 in the space bar. So I guess what we'll try to do is fill out 2 shifts of the electronics factory with engineers, and we might have to micromanage how all this works in terms of, you know, who's getting trained to be what. Okay, so our shuttle has the people on it. Do we already have the people? I guess they already have loaded up. It's got all the goods on it that it needs, and it's just loading the fuel. So we're waiting for that to get the fuel loaded, and we'll be all set to go. We're still struggling to build our drone hub. Thus we're short on water. Although I think we're okay on our tanks, aren't we? Yeah, we have enough stored up to get us through this shortage period. Yeah, we are starting to really hurt out here. This building needs electronics to repair, so that's struggling as well. We should be okay with the influx of people we have now that are out. Yeah, they're definitely pumping out electronics at like 3 times as fast of a rate as they were beforehand. All right, so I think we're good on that. We might have a shortage. We might feel a shortage later on. So what I might do is I might cut these shifts down by like 2 or 3 each to let people go back to the other jobs. But I'm okay with where we're at. It's not pleasant. It's not exactly the most ideal. But I think this is pretty accurate for a first-time playthrough of the Space Race DLC. It's been a long time since I played the original. So I think we're doing okay. I think there's more people alive than dead. Oh, did the dead body get picked up? It did. I wonder where it went. Are they like dwarfs? Do they put them inside of the statues or something? I don't think they do. That's nice. People are using our nice little area here. I wish you could build along the edge of the dome. Just maybe put some gardens here or something like that. Our farms are doing good here. Excellent. We've got a ton of food. We have a lot of food actually. We might want to start thinking about redesigning our storage area. I don't know if it's really necessary to have, one storage per, make dedicated storage, like have a depot specifically for food or something. But it might help us look at a glance and know where we stand with certain items. Maybe I'll do that between episodes because I am a little bit obsessed with making everything organized.
Complete.
We unlock sustainable architecture. We now have arcology, which provides comfortable living space for many colonists. So it looks like it's basically a central spire. Maybe this will be a perfect spot right dead center of this dome, and it might really increase the amount of people we can have in one dome. Excellent. Awesome. I'm really excited about that. I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Surviving Mars. I hope you also join me for the next episode, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Also, if you're a subscriber and you're familiar with the channel, I know this literally, we've been only up for about 2 weeks now in this channel, so it's just kind of a project. I really wanted to do something like this. I've got the time, and so far everyone has been incredibly receptive. But I am going to have a live stream later this week in Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. So I will have a live stream either on Twitch or on YouTube or on both. But I really just want to kind of get to know the subscriber community and who's subscribing, who's watching, and what kind of content you guys are looking for, so I can kind of make sure I keep providing some useful and entertaining videos to you. So, with that small advertisement out of the way, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next